Okay, so in this video, we are going to start having a look at inspections. And the first thing I want to show you is how you can set up default checklist sets that you can reuse when you are doing your inspections. So what you want to do is navigate to your settings option here at the top, and then go to the inspection defaults tab. Now here you will note you've got a list of checklist sets that are provided out of the box, but you can add an unlimited number of checklist sets and you can customize them completely to your liking and to the way that your company works and the way that you do inspections. Now a checklist set can be defined as a list of checks that you want to execute, and it doesn't have to be for a specific area in a property. So for instance, you won't set up a default checklist set for bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, etc. In that case, you'll just have one for a bedroom type. In this case, we provide you with what we call a basic area, and that is something that you can use for things like all your bedrooms, your studies, your living areas even, because all of those conform to this sort of standard where they have a ceiling, lights, walls, windows, doors, etc. So then you might have a default checklist set for the types of bathrooms that you get. Maybe you want one where you have a shower, washing basin, and a bath, and maybe then just one with a toilet like we did here. And then you've got your kitchen, your outside area, and your swimming pool area. But you can set up any number of checklist sets, and within those you can set up any number of checks in the order that you want them want to execute them typically. You can also customize the ones that we provide for you. So for instance, if we want to change this basic area, you just click on the edit this set button, and that will open a form that shows all of the checks that are in that checklist set at the moment. So now what you can do is you can remove an item. Let's say we want to remove curtains and blinds. You just delete it and click yes. Now if we want to add another area, or another check, then we just click add item. Let's say we want to add one for skirtings. And let's say we want to add it before the floors. So we'll do cupboards, skirtings, and then floors. So then we just say add it before floors. Click create. And there we go. So adding items to your checklist set is as easy as that. Now let's create a new checklist set that we'll typically want to use for normal sort of areas, such as your bedrooms and living areas, but for a very minimalistic inspection. So we'll say new checklist set. We'll call it basic area minimal, and then we click create. And then it's going to ask us if we want to use another checklist set's items as a starting point. So we can click yes and then select one of the other areas, and it will basically copy all of those items to this new checklist set. So if I click yes and I select basic area, click continue, then I basically duplicate it to this new set. So now if I open my new basic area minimal, you can see it's got the same checks as the other one, but now I can customize this one. So let's say we want to remove the light switches and the locks and keys, electrical sockets, and skirtings. And if you want to move the stuff around, you can do that as well. Let's say we want to have floors right at the beginning, so you just click edit and move it to before ceilings. There we go. So that's how you set up your own checklist sets. Now in the next videos, you'll see how we are going to use these when we are doing an inspection. So if you are on the app and you create a new area, let's say bedroom 3, you can then select from your checklist sets which set of checks do you want to execute for bedroom 3. And the app or the system will then create those checks for you in the new area that you created, and you'll be able to set the condition for each of these checks. So for places with an inventory, you can also use these checklist sets by creating an inventory checklist set for that area. So let's say we want to do a basic living area and we're not going to use something else as a starting point. So now I'm just going to click on edit, and now I can click add checklist item, and we can say curtains, couches. You get the idea. So now you can add all of your checks, and then when you are at the inspection and you want to check the inventory, you create another inspection area and you select this checklist set to populate these items in that area, and then you can comment on the condition and the quantities of each of these checks. So that is how you would go about creating checklist sets for typical inventory areas.